Do you ever walk into a space and say, this place is almost perfect, but not quite?
Not quite.
Well, today, we're gonna look at a real life floor plan and talk about things you could do to take this from good to great and make this floor plan perfect. This is the Design Challenge, a remake of the floor plan to make it perfect. I'm Adam Pretorius, and I'm a local real estate agent here in Iowa City, and I specialize in luxury real estate. I do videos all on design tips and really cool things that are going on in the real estate market. Today, when we focus on floor plans and design, we're not gonna focus on the individual finishes throughout the house. We're gonna talk just on the floor plans. Because when you specialize in luxury real estate, you're gonna notice that we don't ever build the same floor plan twice. The luxury market demands improvements every time. And so when we build a floor plan that's good, we do it again, we always have improvements to make it better or to improve upon last time that it was built. So today, ignoring the cosmetic finishes, the interior design finishes, which are entirely separate video, we're talking purely on the layout and design floor plan of the home. We're gonna talk about 5 things that could have been done better in this home to make it just kicked up a couple notches to make it a perfect house. But before we do that, let's start with 5 things that were done really well in this house. And there's 5 bedrooms in this house and 4 baths with 10-foot ceilings and some incredible spaces. Let's talk about 5 things that worked really well, beginning in the kitchen. This home has an incredible kitchen, and it's one of the inspirations for the entire floor plan and design. Instead of a kitchen triangle, the kitchen was designed all around functional zones. And we did a whole video on that, so make sure to check it in the comments, watch that video. It's so much fun to learn about the kitchen triangle, the history, the birth, and why functional zones are what we use for kitchen design today. But in here we have everything from the beverage center to the dining serving area to the pantry storage area over here to the prep and of course the appliance area. These zones were so perfected that this kitchen is an absolute dream to cook in, and I think anyone that's looking for that luxury touch would love everything that's done in this kitchen. So this is the first thing that was done really well in the house. This bathroom is perfect, and this is the second thing they did really well in this house. Look, we have just under 150 square feet here to work with on this ensuite, and they robbed from Peter to give to Paul. What they did is they took most of the room to use for the walk-in closet. In today's luxury buyer, this is a very big value proposition to them, so it's very important to have a lot of storage. I hate luxury homes when you walk in and they have like really small walk-in closets in the primary suite. There's a reason they're not selling, and that is really poor design. They did a great job of that, but then they were still able in this bathroom to get all the necessities that a luxury buyer would want. That includes a double vanity, the separate soaking tub, a tiled shower with all the upgrades from a zero entry walk-in to a rain shower to a handheld, and then of course one of the more important features, having an actual toilet room. All that function design was packed into this small print, and they did a really good job of executing that. The third feature, and this is so important to any luxury home design, is a large lower level basement area. Look, this is the informal family room area. This is where you spend most of your time. It's your hangout zone. And here we have an L-shaped design where we have a actual bar, we have the family room with a fireplace, and we have a rec area over here. You need so much space to relax. This space and room should always be bigger than your formal living room. This is what luxury buyers want, and this is a huge mistake that many builders do in today's market. The fourth item is making sure that we have lots of natural light, hall doors, and even creative solutions like adding skylights to areas where the stairs have no surrounding windows. And the fifth item is the exterior. Look, there are no hip roofs here. They're all gables, which is that traditional design, and it really speaks to a lot more architectural detail. There's some great additional architectural detail outside, like the arches out here, the brick, and just some incredibly tall roof lines. All this creates an amazing street presence. So those are 5 things that were done extremely well here, but there's 5 things we could do to really kick it up a notch to perfect this floor plan, and it begins right here in the living area. Look, we need to be mindful of walking zones and paths, movement of people in between rooms and areas. And a good way to do this, a good fun tip, is make sure that if you have a floor plan, draw out where your furniture arrangement is so that you can best figure out where your walking paths are. What we want to remember is, and we have a fun video that you can go back and watch, we want to have 18 inches between objects like coffee tables and couches, but we want to maintain the 3 foot minimum, preferably 4 foot in high traffic areas for walk flow. And that is so important right here because this is a huge mistake in the floor plan. By having the slider here, yes, we get all this natural light, but we were forced to have this walking zone back here, which forced us to have a minimum of 3 feet, and we actually did 4 foot because this is a major walking zone to access the porch behind the couch. And by doing so, it forced the living room to be a little bit tighter over here, which would have been nicer if it could felt a little bit bigger for more optimal furniture placement. So there's an easy solution. When you look at this, you're probably thinking, well, how are we gonna do that? Well, instead, what I would have done is I would have 4 gangs of windows right here and put the door on the side right here. And if we had just a door on the side, this could be the access to the porch. We would have the windows here, but we wouldn't need this 4 foot walking path. The couch could be brought closer, and we just need to mind that 18-inch rule between the back of the wall and the couch. The second thing that we need to do is we already have a lot of beautiful spaces and tall ceilings that add a grandness and luxury to the space, but we need to kick it up and just give a little bit more grandeur to the space. So I'm thinking we need some vaulted ceilings somewhere, a 2-story open space. And most people would say, do it right here in the living room. Let's vault this, we'll have all that natural light coming off the back, and this could be a great room, but that's very 1990s McMansion. Today's luxury buyer is looking for a grand entry. And so instead of putting it in that living room area over there, I would put it over here in the foyer. And I would carry it all the way up so that the staircase then had all this natural light that flows between it. Take this 4th bedroom up front here, make it a loft with open railing. Lofts are really trending right now. And then we would have all this natural light and this very grand entry when you come in. Some of you are gonna disagree with me on this and say it should be in the living room, but I'm telling you, today's buyers love the foyer. What do you think? Comment down below, but I think we should make this vaulted and check out how that floor plan looks. The third item is adding a primary on the main level, and that suite would be right on this side. Look, we already have a beautiful suite upstairs, but today's buyers are tending to do one on the main and the upper. So let's keep an ensuite primary upstairs, but instead, on the first floor, let's add a second one. Yes, this is gonna add money to the budget, but look at what it's gonna do. We're gonna throw a door to be parallel with that right here, and we're gonna have a giant bedroom, bath, and walk-in closet, adding another wing to this house, which just adds so much more to the street presence, because we have those beautiful gable roof lines, but it's also gonna be much more functional to age in place and change as lifestyle needs happen. Because younger families tend to wanna all live on the same level upstairs, which works when you have little babies and kids, but then maybe you wanna come down and live on the main level as the kids get older or as your knees start to weaken a little bit. And so adding that primary on the main is a huge luxury touch. We're looking at about $150,000 to $200,000 to do the addition as drawn, as you're looking at right there. But look at that, how cool is that, right? Let me know what you think about adding a primary on the main level. For the fourth item, we gotta go upstairs. For this item, it's a simple, functional use of space. And if you look at the upstairs here, you're gonna notice that we have a bedroom, bath, and bedroom. Yet the bath is accessed from the hall. What we should do instead is wall this all off and have ensuite access from both bedrooms to the bath, which we call a Jack and Jill bath. Here's how we could redo that floor plan. What you see now is we still have 2 walk-in closets for both bedrooms, but I've reconfigured this space in a way that allows for the use of a double vanity and access from both bedrooms into the bath. So what do you think? Isn't that a great use of space? Much more functional. So we had 5 bedrooms and a study, and now we changed the floor plan a little bit, but we still have 5 bedrooms, a study, and a loft. But by adding this wing over here, that gives a perfect opportunity to add a door here, and then put 2 more bedrooms and a bath down here. If we come back out then, what has happened is this bedroom over here is not necessarily needed anymore, because with those 2 additional bedrooms over here, we now have 7 bedrooms, a loft, and a study. So do we just change this into storage or nothing? Well, I think the answer is we need an exercise room. Look, since the pandemic, post-COVID era, everybody wants an in-home gym, and in a luxury home, that is an absolute must, whether that's being used for weights, cardio, or maybe just as a yoga room. An in-home gym is so important. So let's reconfigure this a little bit. Like first we can get rid of this bath because we don't need another bath. But let's just wall this off and throw a door, and we got a little gym space in the back. These are 5 improvements that I've done to this floor plan. What do you think? Comment down below. I'd love to hear which ones are good, which ones are bad, which ones do you dislike, which ones are your favorite. Do you think we've perfected it? Do you have other ideas? Love to hear feedback from you. Hey, and if you're working on a project, send the floor plan in. We'd love to do a video, maybe in a future video, about how we could improve your project, or maybe I can give you some tips. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm Adam Pretorius. If you're buying or selling in the Iowa City market, give me a call and check back for more design tips on our next video.